Section 27, Providing Ethnic Diversity Information, Arizona Fair Housing 101. Answering questions without crossing the line. As Sarah finished reviewing fair housing laws, she looked at David with one final question. I think I understand what I can say, but what about what I shouldn't say? David smiled. That's one of the hardest parts of being a real estate professional. Buyers ask questions every day. Some are easy. Some can place a licensee at significant fair housing risk. He opened one last file. This is one of the most common situations agents encounter. Questions about neighborhood demographics. David explained that buyers frequently ask questions such as, is this a good neighborhood? Is it a family neighborhood? What kind of people live here? Is the neighborhood diverse? Is this a safe area? Sarah laughed. I've heard every one of those. I'm sure you have, David replied. The important thing is remembering that your role is not to characterize the people who live in a neighborhood. Instead, licensees should provide objective information about the property itself and encourage buyers to conduct their own research using reliable public resources. Every buyer defines the perfect neighborhood differently. Our job isn't to make that decision for them. The Hannah case, David shared the story of a family relocating from another state. The buyers wanted to know whether certain neighborhoods were ethnically diverse before deciding where to purchase a home. They later filed a lawsuit claiming their real estate brokerage should have provided that information. Sarah asked, what did the court decide? David explained that the court concluded a real estate broker does not have a fiduciary duty to advise clients about the ethnic makeup of neighborhoods or direct them to demographic information. More importantly, providing opinions about neighborhood demographics may create significant fair housing concerns. So even if I think I'm helping, I could actually create liability? Exactly. The safest approach is to remain objective and let buyers make those personal decisions themselves. Providing objective information, Sarah asked, so what should I do instead? David smiled, provide facts. Agents can assist buyers by discussing objective property information, including property features, purchase price, property taxes, HOA information, utility providers, commute distances, publicly available school resources, community amenities, shopping, parks, and transportation. When buyers ask questions involving neighborhood demographics, crime, religion, race, or other protected characteristics, licensees should encourage buyers to use independent public resources to conduct their own research. Our job is to help people buy homes, not to define neighborhoods. Sex offender registry information. Sarah remembered another topic discussed during orientation. What about registered sex offenders? David explained that federal fair housing laws do not identify registered sex offenders as a protected class. Many states, including Arizona, maintain publicly available sex offender registry information that consumers may access directly. Rather than attempting to interpret or summarize that information, licensees should direct buyers to the appropriate public resources maintained by law enforcement. This keeps the information accurate, David explained, and avoids misunderstandings or incomplete disclosures. Sarah nodded. So I shouldn't rely on memory. Exactly. Always use official public sources. Professionalism builds trust. Sarah looked back through everything she had learned. I've noticed something. David smiled. What is it? The best fair housing advice usually sounds simple. Treat everyone the same. Provide objective facts. Don't make assumptions. Let clients make their own decisions. David laughed. You've just summarized an entire fair housing course. Benefits of following a professional code of ethics. David reminded Sarah that successful real estate professionals don't simply follow the law. They also follow professional standards established by their brokerage and, when applicable, organizations such as the National Association of Realtors. Strong ethical standards help licensees build public trust, communicate honestly, promote equal professional service, maintain consistent business practices, protect both clients and their own professional reputation. Fair housing compliance and ethical conduct go hand in hand, David explained. The better your ethics, the lower your fair housing risk. Arizona broker tip. Whenever a buyer asks about the people who live in a neighborhood, avoid answering based on your own opinions or observations. Instead, explain that fair housing laws require licensees to remain objective and encourage buyers to research the community using reliable public resources. Your responsibility is to provide professional real estate services, not demographic advice. Online discussion question 1. Why should a real estate licensee avoid answering questions about the ethnic makeup or demographics of a neighborhood? Answer. Providing opinions or recommendations based on protected characteristics may create fair housing concerns or appear to steer buyers. Licensees should remain objective and encourage buyers to conduct their own independent research. Question 2. What type of neighborhood information should a real estate professional provide? Agents should provide objective information such as property features, taxes, HOA information, commute times, parks, shopping, and other factual data, rather than opinions about the people who live in the neighborhood. Question 3. Why should licensees direct buyers to official public resources regarding registered sex offenders? Answer: official government resources provide the most current and accurate information. Referring buyers to those sources reduces the risk of providing incomplete or inaccurate information, while allowing consumers to make their own informed decisions.